Good morning, my lovely viewers and subscribers. It is currently 7:10 a.m. and I am in the parking lot of Doylestown United Methodist Church, and I am getting ready to leave for my week in Harlan, Kentucky at the Appalachia Service Project. And yeah, as you can see, there are a lot of people here and we are very excited and getting ready to go. I'm gonna greet everybody. Some people I haven't seen in a year since I went on my trip last year. Yeah, so all throughout this week I'll be telling you how my week went, but I can't go into too much detail for privacy reasons. But I'm really excited to share how my week is going with you. So yeah, I'll let you know more on that later, but right now I've got to go say hi to everybody. So it is now 11:45 a.m. and the people I rode in the van with are now stopping for a little lunch at Wendy's. There's my meal. It's a son of Baconator and fries and a drink. I'm gonna go sit down, but you can kind of tell we're in West Virginia right now. I mean, you would if you were here, because these waitresses, they have their little, southern accents. And even though we're actually going to Kentucky this year, whereas we would normally go to Virginia, but that center isn't available to us anymore. For some reason, the directions the guy driving us set up are taking us through West Virginia for some reason, even though Kentucky's on Ohio's southwest border. But anyways, yeah, here we are on our lunch break. I'll let you know more later. Yeah, I'll check in when I get to the center and let you know how everything's going. And oh, I just noticed I actually have an ASP shirt on that I got at last year's trip. Yeah, right now we're in Madison, West Virginia, or maybe it's Danville, West Virginia. It's one of two towns we were kind of toddling between that, both of them have some restaurants, and there really aren't a lot of restaurants out here in West Virginia because, it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, hilly mountain country. But yeah, so I'm gonna enjoy my little lunch and then get back to you when I get to the center.
Good morning. It is currently 8 o'clock in the morning here at Christ's Hands. This place is not an ASP owned center like the one where we stayed the past 2 years. It's soup kitchen slash food pantry slash place to serve the poor in the area, and it also just so happens to host volunteers coming in from out of town for stuff like this. Here I'm showing you a little around the second floor of the building, which is where the volunteers are staying in the bunk beds, and here's our bathrooms. I know I promised I'd film a little bit of this last night as soon as I got to the center, but I didn't quite get around to that because I had to settle in and stuff. And of course, know that I won't be filming everything that takes place because one, I'll be too busy. Two, there's some stuff that I'm not allowed to take any kind of photos or recording of, for privacy and security reasons. But so as of right now, we've already had our morning devotion and eating breakfast. So I'm actually getting ready to head over to the Worksite. I don't know if I can get any footage or pictures there today because we haven't quite gotten to know the lady to start building our relationship. So I don't know if she'll be comfortable with us doing any recording. And of course, I'm not going to tell you her name or anything about her or, her address, because that would be a confidentiality breach. But anyways, I'm about to head up now to the third floor. and it's actually really nice. It's like a little recreation hangout center, and it's where we're gonna have all of our evening gatherings or EGs this week. So I'm about to head back there to the volunteer kitchen, and I'm going to start making my sandwich that, you know, all volunteers bring for the day. And my crew leader, Katie, actually did some really good thinking and got us all these, oh, it's upside down, these little containers so that we all have our own stuff in it, whereas we usually don't do that. But yeah, yep, that's our little sandwich station. So I'm gonna start making that, and pretty soon here we should be ready to go. I'm real excited.
And I know you can't see the whole thing, but here's a little video still of a thing they have hanging in the center about statistics on poverty in Harlan County.
Whereas that last one was a still recording of some stats about poverty in Harlan County, Kentucky. What you're seeing right here is the board with all of our crew names and our chores at the center for each day that we do at some point, either before we leave or before we get back. And I was actually appointed my crew's chore captain, meaning I'm in charge of knowing where everything is and making sure everyone on the crew actually does the chores. Yeah, as you can see, all our crews are named after breakfast cereals this year. Every year they pick a theme for like the crew's nicknames, and mine is Cookie Jarvis. My second cousin Katie is leading that one. My relative Izzy is on that crew. A girl I worked with, Jaylee, her sister Abby is on that crew, even though Jaylee isn't here this year. And two other women I also worked with last year on that crew, and I'm real excited. So here's some last few video recording of the center before I leave in a few minutes. Yeah, a lot of people like to bring work boots for like sturdiness since we're doing construction work, but I just brought these sturdy tennis shoes that I'm borrowing from my mom. And then when we go down these stairs, now this door, right in there is our little kitchen where we eat, but it usually serves as like a, you know, food pantry or like, you know, like a soup kitchen for people in need to get free meals. So they eat here also, but not at the same time we do. And so we're pretty much not supposed to go in there outside of meal times. So yeah, and then out there is where we exit to our cars and vans, and where I'm about to head right now. So it is now 8:20 a.m. on Tuesday, June 27th, and we are about to head to our work site for our second day of work. And what we are doing now is gathering supplies and equipment from the warehouse to put in the cars and vans. As you can see, it kind of looks like rain, but we're not actually expecting any because, you know, I checked on the weather app, and this is actually kind of nice because yesterday was absolutely scorching hot. So hopefully today, you know, it'll be a little cooler and we won't be sweating as much. In here is our warehouse where we keep all our equipment and supplies. There's a little stray cat that's staying by the place. So it is now 11:45 and we're about to go on a little break for lunch. My cousin Katie is actually making her famous buffalo chicken dip, which is really nice. Those are actually some of the containers she used. She brought a crock pot over here to do it in addition to our sandwich stuff, but I'm just going to show you a little around the work site and what we're doing, you know, now that we have a bit of a chance, but you know, not going to share anything too personal, of course. Here's a little tree that we didn't even know it was there because, you know, we just, you know, raked up this big pile of trash of like, you know, like wood and siding and stuff because some other crews were here in previous weeks. Here's our little work area where we're cutting up insulation and siding. And here's the little thing we're working on, a little tent where we sit in for breaks. And there's, yeah, we got a lot of tools back here in case we need them in one of the cars. So my work crew is going out for dinner tonight instead of eating at the center, and one of the ladies is offering to pay for it. So here we are at Segue Steakhouse. Yeah, so we had a pretty good day today. We got even more done. It looked like it was gonna rain, but it didn't. But it did start to sprinkle a little bit on the way back. And yeah, we had a little culture night. Alright, so after dinner, my work crew and I went to Walmart to get some stuff for our gift that we're going to give to our homeowner at the end of the week. And our evening went a little differently this time. So Tuesday night is always what's called culture night at ASP. Back at Jonesville, we usually had like a country bluegrass band come play for us, but we don't do that here in Harlan, Kentucky. What we did instead was a guy who actually works for this place, Christ's Hands, spent about an hour telling us about like the ministry and how they got started and what they do. And it was pretty inspirational and like actually, but he had to do that before dinner. So after that, we just, you know, just have dinner and then have some free time. So yeah, and my crew is actually going to do tomorrow's morning's devotion, and one of the members of my crew is going to play the guitar to a song called Let There Be Peace, and I have been asked to, you know, do a little reflection on, you know, that Bible verse and how it relates to us going to our work cruise. So I'm going to get to work on that right now. It is currently 9:27 p.m. And we actually also at Walmart all got matching shirts for the Devo, and we even got one for our homeowner. And I'll let you know more on that later. So here's the little speech I made up.